Hey, how's it going, guys? On this episode, we're not really gonna be like binded to games and stuff like that. We're just actually just gonna be talking about like music and stuff like that on this episode. I don't really think there's like no announcement to like talk about like the subjects that we're gonna go over. Um, now you can go ahead and say I if you want.
Oh yeah. We're just gonna change our pace this time on this episode. It's
Yeah,
down here. Yeah, hope everyone's doing well.
yeah. I hope you guys enjoying well, it's already like late on a Friday. So hopefully you guys enjoyed your Friday. And also like hope you guys are gonna have a great weekend as well. Like I said on this episode, I'm gonna be talking about like let's talk about music, hip hop specifically. Can't wait for this new Kendrick album. I think it's gonna be fantastic, in my opinion.
Oh yeah. High anticipation in the hip hop community for this one.
Yeah, for sure.
It's been 5 years. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a long time. The thing is with him is like I said, like I do appreciate like how he actually, he waits for a long period of time to like publish his music. I'm just really impatient because I'd just be like, damn man, I wish he can fucking, specifically with Kendrick, like I've been a fan since like what, Section 80? You know what I mean? Section 80 came out roughly around like what, 2014?
Section 80, I believe that came out 2012.
I said 2014. Yeah, 2012. Yeah. So I've been a fan of his for a very long time, and I don't know. Was he like always? Was he always taking gaps in between albums? No.
For the most part, like it would probably be. I think this has been his like longest. I think the most is like 3 years and like 2 years in between each album. What I noticed.
Okay, because I was like, has he always been doing this? Because I didn't really keep track of like when exactly did he decide to like start doing like the gaps and shit. Like, you know what I mean?
It seemed like that was a theme throughout his whole career so far.
Yeah.
Each album is like a couple years off afterwards. Tour and everything.
The question is like, I wonder when he actually started to become like who he was. You know what I mean? Like that's like, how did you? Obviously, he studied poetry a lot, and a lot of his inspirations came from obviously Tupac. I actually don't know the rest of them. I mean, do you know them off the top of your head?
I know surprisingly, he was actually a real big fan of like Lil Wayne, the mixtape era of Lil Wayne. Like he would rap over Lil Wayne's beats back before he start making his own projects.
Oh,
that's how he would like start off.
I actually didn't know that.
Yeah. He's actually a real big fan of Lil Wayne. Surprisingly.
I mean, I think we all were. If you were born in the 90s and you were actually like growing up in that era, like the early 2000s, I mean, we were all fans of, what was Young Money? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Young Money and Cash Money, all them.
Yeah, I had to like think for a second. I was like, what was the brand again?
Yeah, it's been a while since we even heard from them.
Yeah, it's been a while. And I think the label actually broke up a long time ago, right? Or no, is that still running with Birdman and shit?
I have no clue. Like ever since that thing with Lil Wayne and Birdman been arguing back and forth and then got back together. I don't know what's going on with it.
Yeah, I don't know. It has definitely been a long time since we haven't heard like an album from that label. But yeah, like I said, I mean, I always was wondering like where exactly did he actually start to like pick up like some of his skills, man? Because like I don't know, when he raps, he doesn't just rap about bullshit. You know what I mean? Nothing against like any other rappers out there, and like I said, I personally don't like a lot of them in my opinion, but again, like if they're out there, they have a huge fan base. I mean, obviously, like they're liked, but just not liked on a different spectrum. You know what I mean? So, I think personally, like, I think a lot of people praise him like Kendrick, simply because, like I said, like I think it's from where he came from. Obviously, Compton, such a big, city for hip hop as well, because NWA came. I don't know if they were from the same neighborhoods, but they definitely came from like this same area, right? Like,
right, yeah, like the Compton and LA.
yeah. So I mean, that was like a big hit for them to be on the come up and stuff like that. So I don't know. He gets a lot of praise from basically his city, basically what he raps about, and some of the
Right.
things he raps about. I mean, man, like I said, like he's always making sense in his raps, and sometimes he'll connect with like a lot of the older stuff that he made was always about connecting with the communities of the ghetto and shit like that. So that's why I said like I'm all for that, because again, I'm a huge Tupac fan. So
Yeah.
I'm all for like people going through the struggles and try to make something out of themselves. So
Oh,
I
yeah.
respect that a lot.
Another thing that I note of with a big inspiration from him earlier on is Jay Dilla. I don't know if you're familiar with that producer, but he
Mm-mm.
used to be a producer that made like these real, like he's like real sample heavy, so he would like chop up samples, kind of similar to what Kanye does, and he like flips like records and whatever back then. He passed away a while ago, but that was like a big inspiration for him too, Jay Dilla.
Jay Dilla. Yeah, I never
Yeah.
heard of him. All right. That's cool. So yeah, like I said, I mean, I just wanted to see like exactly what was the new album gonna be called again. Let me see.
Oh yeah, I believe it's called Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, or something like that. Yeah, from the small little pop-ups he's been doing, like in concerts, he's been going over his past albums. I've been seeing this group he's been with like these it's like background dancers in a way. I wonder if that's like what he's referring to as far as big steppers.
Yeah, and like see like this book, man, this shit looks like it's gonna be crazy.
Oh
Can't
yeah.
wait to dive into it. I've never read actually one of his books before, but I think this would be his actual book that he wrote himself. So I'm actually curious to see. Like, I think this is actually his very first book, because I don't think he wrote a book back in his early albums, right? Like,
Yeah, not that I know of.
yeah, because I mean, he came out a book last year, but it was just another author pretty much giving his perspective, I think, on his take on this particular song from what was it, one of his albums and shit.
Oh yeah, it was Sing About Me, you said it was called? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's named after a track on Good Kid Mad City. It's from one of there where he's telling the story of a girl that is basically telling from a girl's perspective, going down this story of how it's coming up or whatever.
Gotcha. Damn. So, I mean, like I said, this would be his actual first introduction to his new label called PNG, right? Like, I think that's what it's called, Pig.
Oh yeah, PG leg. Yeah.
Gotcha. I mean, like I said, I mean, I personally let's think about some actual expectations on like, I mean, or some theories on like. So, do you think like this is going to be his very first album of his new label, introducing like some new artists that he's probably, I mean, I know you said that you've seen one of his new artists that he recently signed on his new label.
Oh yeah.
Do you think there's going to be like an introduction to like show more people that he has behind the curtains, or like what do you personally think?
Oh yeah, I could see that. Probably even possibly like producers that he probably signed too. Like I could see that too. Yeah, like this new artist, I believe his name was called Tenna. Tenna, what was the last name?
Tenna.
Tenna. Let me see. Yeah.
Tenna. Mm.
It says it right on the website. Let me see.
Yeah, because I mean, I personally think that it's actually going to be crazy. I think it's pretty much saying like one. I pretty much think like once this is going to be his last actual album from TDE. So I mean,
Yeah, because the deal was that he was supposed to do like 2 albums before his contract was up with TDE. So
yeah.
I guess that's why he did like the double disc for this last one, so he could just be out from there.
Oh, okay, I got you.
So I was like, oh, that's why he's doing it that way.
I mean, he's big enough already, right? Like he can do some shit like that already. It's like
Yeah.
I don't think he needs like I don't even think he really needs to even think about it twice. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
I'm glad that he's actually moving on to be his own independent artist, especially on this album. Starting with this album.
Sure.
I'm just trying to see like what would the rest of TDE members do. I mean, I'm sure they're still going to be affiliated with him. They're his friends, you know what I mean? Mostly.
Yeah,
I mean, they're more like family to him at this point. So
they're brothers. Especially those four, like the Black Hippie crew with Absol, J-Rock, and Schoolboy.
Yeah.
Kendrick.
I mean, it seems like with Schoolboy, I feel like he's now gonna rise up in his throne now since, the king is leaving.
Oh yeah, I could see him being next up in line. Or maybe J-Rock. Yeah.
Yeah, J-Rock is pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love him.
Technically, J-Rock was the actually first one to come out of TDE, like put out an album. He's like the leader for all of it.
I thought Schoolboy for a second was like, I feel like did he gather them up or like was it J-Rock?
Well, technically, neither of them is. It was Top Dog, the owner of the label.
Oh shit! There's an actual person named Top Dog.
Oh yeah, that's what it's named after. Yeah, it's that's their manager, the owner of the TDE.
Oh, I thought it was just for like, just for show. I didn't know that.
Oh no, it's a guy that actually owns it. He's the founder of it.
Oh.
Yeah, his name is Top Dog. Yeah.
Well, that's good, man. I mean, like I said, I think the guy Kendrick Lamar, I think he's doing such a great movement with where he's going in his future. He has a new kid. I think he recently gave, his girlfriend gave birth to his firstborn, believe in 2020. I think it was like about 2 years ago because him and J. Cole basically they have new kids, like their kids. Yeah. So I actually didn't know. I thought the whole time Kendrick was by himself. Like I didn't know he actually had a relationship. That's how good that man is as far as like mind your business.
As you should.
Yeah.
Private, I mean.
Also, I know it's a weird change, but hey, shout out to my man Post. Like he's having a kid on the way, so I mean I'm happy to see him like that.
Oh yeah, everybody's growing a family.
Yeah, man, that's what I'm saying. I don't know. They're growing too fast for me. I'm so used to like people like Logic not having a child, and like I said, I do want people to grow, but it's just like you know how you're used to seeing them perform at their best because they're so focused. But in my opinion, I feel like it's the second that they decide to find, a woman and they settle down for that woman and they have a family, I feel like they're just less distracted. There's only like a handful of people that can actually pull that off. You know what I mean? Like Pusha T is doing great. Jay-Z is Jay-Z. Jay-Z can come out. He can go hiding and shit like that and come right back and still be great. So, I mean, like, there's a lot of people that are actually still good at what they do when they decide to have kids and, have a normal life. And I'm happy for these artists wanting to settle and actually have a life because I do want them to be happy at the end of the day because, again, it's not all about, what's in front of them. You know what I mean?
Right.
As far as
Yeah,
like,
right.
yeah, it's not all about like just being on stage all the time, making money and making albums. That I feel like that's always going to be a part of their life, but they just need right. Like they just probably right. They're probably just at that point where they just want to settle down and have a family of their own, and they're entitled to, because you know what I mean. They're still regular human beings.
Yeah. At the end of the day.
So I mean, I just pretty much just wanted to give some recognition to them for that, though. At least they're trying to still maintain their music, like their careers, and still have a life on the side, as they should, you know.
Yeah.
Especially with everything now going on days. I don't know what the fuck is happening. Like, did you see that?
World's changing so much.
Yo, so much happening these days. Did you see that? That incident with Dave Chappelle?
Oh yeah,
Oh man,
just trying to get attacked. It's like, what is going on?
I don't know anymore at this point, man, because it's like, first off, I have so many questions on how the fuck did that even happen. Like I'm sure
you let that happen.
I'm sure that most people already been talking about it on their podcast and, you know, on YouTube and shit like that, where it's like, how the fuck did he get past security, and how did he actually bring a weapon on stage? And then another question is, what were you intending on doing? Like, were you trying to kill Dave Chappelle? Like, I don't.
Right.
What was the game plan? You know what I mean? What was going on through your head at that point? Yeah,
because supposedly the guy, he had like a fake gun, but it had a knife inside the gun.
So it's like, I think the gun was like made of plastic, right? I think.
Yeah, it was like a plastic gun, and it had a knife inside of it.
Right, because he had to like sneak. I think they said that they had metal detectors there too, so I'm guessing that was a way to sneak the knife in. So what was you gonna do? Try to shank him or something like that? Like what?
Yeah, it sounds like it.
But my question
is, his motives for why though?
But that's what I'm saying. Like, what did Dave Chappelle do to you? You know what I'm saying? Like, what did he do to you? He didn't do shit. I don't get it.
Strange too is like this kid. He's like one of these SoundCloud rappers, and he's supposedly he's homeless too. But he has like a track called Dave Chappelle on his mixtape too.
Oh.
So I don't know if this was his tensions like way before all this. I don't know if he was on drugs, but.
Well, they said he was homeless, right? I think he was homeless. But another question was like, they said he was homeless, but my man has a fucking Twitter account. Like,
yeah.
So, I mean, I'm assuming that it's easy for you to get a phone and stuff like that these days. It
must be a recent thing for when he went homeless.
Yeah, that's what I was saying too. But it's like I'm assuming that it's easy to get a cell phone these days for homeless people. I'm not sure if like Obamacare or like how else I don't know if they stole the phone. I'm just saying I don't know if you can. It's like back in the old days where you can actually go to the library and access the internet. I don't know if that was a possible way. I'm just trying to like understand like how the fuck do you even get a Twitter account?
Or it could mean like he's like homeless in a way of like he's probably staying at a friend's house and he doesn't have his own home. It could be one of those cases.
Didn't you said he was like a SoundCloud rapper or some shit? Like,
yeah, because he has like a little mixtape on YouTube. You can find his tracks on there.
I'm guessing the rap career didn't go so good.
Right. This is his infamous way of trying to become famous. Like,
I was like, I don't know. And it's crazy.
Like the dude was on drugs. It seems like I don't know what his motives was supposed to be, but why Dave Chappelle specifically?
And it's crazy because like these days, I don't know what the fuck is happening. Like, you know, with the situation at the Oscars, the Mike Tyson being attacked on the plane, celebrities are just getting the Johnny Depp and the shitting in the bed.
Oh yeah, that's a whole nother thing. That's true.
I love the memes though, man. If you guys get ever a chance to look at the memes from like that trial, man, it's fucking amazing. Like it's just, I love the I love the Scooby-Doo one.
And it keeps on coming. Like more
Yeah.
and more information coming out of that case. It's insanity.
Where was the other one? The Jurassic Park one? Oh yeah, that's one big pile of shit, right?
Oh yeah, with Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah. That shit was great, man.
Part when he pointed at the dinosaur shit.
That shit was great. But no, that's what I'm saying. Like a lot has been happening to like celebrities, and it's like, why? You know? Because I mean, if you go back and rewind, like you know how difficult it was to like even get anywhere close to them back in the early 2000s. Like people had to hide in bushes and shit like that to even snap a photo. So it's like, how the fuck are people like managing to get so close to them these days? Like that's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the lack of security or what. I don't know.
I mean, I look after the Mike Tyson situation. I mean, I don't know if famous people are already doing this, but if I already had money like Mike Tyson and shit like that, I probably would be taking like a private plane and shit.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
What's going on with that?
Because at this point, like people are just doing shit to get clout. You know what I mean?
Yeah, anything to become infamous.
Yeah, but I see the thing with that is like you're getting famous from being a shithead. Like I don't get it. Like you're being famous.
1 second of fame.
Like I know people would do anything to get the exposure, but it's like, is it worth going to jail or losing your life over something that no one cares? Like that's the thing. Nobody really gives a shit about that you're doing like these crazy things to get familiar, like get your like to get famous. You know what I mean? Won't you do something the right way?
Yeah, people are just lazy. They just so desperate.
Yeah, like what the fuck? I don't get what goes through people's minds these days, man. But then again, like these days has been going crazy, you know.
Right.
You know, I don't want to get into the women's rights situation, but that, you know, the abortion thing, that's a lot of things that has been going on these days.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of chaos.
Yeah.
Politically, especially.
But like to talk about, like I said, with the whole Kendrick album, I think it's coming out roughly around like what fucking
on the 13th of this month.
The 13th. Okay. And are we sure that it's not going to get delayed? You know what I mean?
I know that's the date they have out right now.
We're definitely going to do a review, guys.
Yeah, most definitely.
Once it dropped, we're going to definitely post a video. And, you know, I definitely want to hear you guys' thoughts on the album. And if you guys happen to see concert tickets before I do, or anybody on the show does, please let us know, because I am definitely trying to go to a fucking concert.
Oh yeah. Yeah, for perspective, we never been to a Kendrick concert, so
never. I mean, you had a chance more than I did, though. I mean, like, because I wasn't really paying attention at the time when he was already here. He was here in Philly for Damn.
Oh, but yeah, I mean,
you seen the tickets. You just was like, they were just so expensive.
Yeah, it's a bit expensive, definitely.
Yeah, I mean,
and it probably was worth it, because the clips I seen at the time of the concert is a crazy performance. He had people on fire on stage, like people ninjas doing
that's probably where more most of the money is gonna go.
Yeah, all the special effects.
Yeah, it's like, you know what, we got to overcharge people so we can get all this money back.
Yeah.
Even though they got millions of dollars already, but yeah, man, that's crazy. That's crazy. I can't imagine too what it was like though. It's like the sale tickets, because I was gonna say, like, what was it like? It fucking almost Jay-Z prices. It's like fucking like what, $300-$400.
Yes, somewhere around there.
And that's not even, and you're not even by their feet. You know what I mean? If you like sit closer, then it's like almost what, thousands of dollars and shit.
Damn near rack.
For what? I understand people want the experience of like getting so close to them, but it's like, it's so much money.
Oh yeah, there's so much.
You know, I don't care if I'm like in the farthest seat, because I've been to 2 concerts already. I've been to Romeo Santos. Again, I'm not the biggest fan, but it was like for an ex-girlfriend. Again, that was like my first experience, but it was cool. You know what I mean? It was like the fact that I was at a concert, you know, for the first time. And it was at I forgot, it was at the MetLife Stadium, right? I believe, in Newark, right? I hope I'm right about that. Don't quote me. But yeah, this man sold out a fucking football field. So I was like, holy shit. And again, I've never been to a concert before. So I'm like, all right, so the experience can't be that crazy, right? Like I was like, all right, let's just go in here. Went in there. And it was like the amount of screams and women's like I felt bad for every single boyfriend that was there, because like the women were like so dressed up, and I kept hearing while we were in line was like, do you know who this is? This is Romeo Santos. And the guy's like, okay. And what's the big deal? And it's like, yo, he's like the inventor Aventura. You know what I mean? That's the Spanish band that was like back in like, you know, the early 2000s or the late 90s and shit.
Oh, okay.
I remember going there, and there was just like so many women like dressed up in heels and shit like that. Mind you, it's fucking like it's super cold as shit outside. Mind you, it's like February, like it's around January. No, I'm sorry, September, right? September at like fucking, and mind you, these concerts are never during daytime. They're always at nighttime. So it's like freezing fucking cold out there, and there's women out there with like skirts and shit. It's like, but when I go in there, I was like, wow, you know, it was like, this shit was, the experience was crazy. We had to go up like 6 different stories of stairs and escalators and shit like that. Yeah. It was a big stadium. Yeah.
Football.
Yeah, it really was. I can imagine what it was like for an actual football game there, getting like fucking beat up by people in jerseys and shit.
You had to be a big artist to sell a football stadium.
But like my experience there was like when I got to the actual seating, mind you, we were like at the very top, because again, that man was like super expensive to even like sit on the bottom. So when I couldn't, like when I was hearing, it was just so loud when he actually came out, right? Like I was like, oh man, my ears were ringing. I was like, for your first experience, like I know most people are like, well, what did you expect? Like it's a concert, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I wasn't expecting like my ears to like fucking be like ringing after leaving the concert and shit, right? You know?
I know some concerts are recommended to give out like earplugs because it's so loud in some concerts.
I think they were. Yeah, I think they were selling shit like that. I probably didn't notice it. But and then my second experience was Post Malone. That shit was cool. It was for the Hollywood Bleeding tour. Yeah.
These concerts are crazy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. It was like a lot of weed. Like there was like the whole stadium actually was smelling like weed and shit. That shit was crazy. And then the fucking concession stands had like beers like fucking beers like this tall and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was
because he's sponsored by Buzz Light, right?
Yeah.
Bud Light.
My man loves his fucking Bud Light.
They got a whole sponsorship.
Yeah. So it was they were both like the best like memorable experiences for going to a live concert. So I hope everybody gets a chance to actually get that experience, because it's definitely an amazing experience when you actually get to go see somebody you really want to go see.
Yeah, sure.
Just advice, don't go. I mean, if it's for your girlfriend, obviously do that for her, but hopefully go because you want to go. That's the biggest advice that I can give to everyone, because when I did that, I was like, I don't even want to be here. Yeah, I was like, look, I'm Hispanic, I'm Puerto Rican, and I mean, put me on the wall of shame, but I don't know Spanish, and a lot of us that grew up in my era, we don't really know a lot too much Spanish. It's a difficult language to learn for certain, and in fact, it's actually one of the easiest languages to learn besides English, apparently.
Yeah. So much so they teach it in public schools nowadays.
Right.
Decades.
Right. So, yeah, I mean, like I said, I mean, it's hopefully, we can definitely get, we can definitely get some experience out there. For people to get that experience, out there for that. But definitely, I want to go see, hopefully hoping that he can actually have like a concert, because I'm waiting for him to come back to New Jersey or Philadelphia.
Oh yeah, that'd definitely be my first concert, because I haven't been to a concert ever. So if he does have one this year, definitely looking forward to have experienced my first concert.
Yeah, man. Let's get that.
Hell of a way to start.
And another thing too is like what else will we I forgot, I was gonna say something, I forgot what it was though.
Oh yeah, it's one thing I wanted that what was your thoughts of like seeing that this album's about to drop, of his discography of his albums? Like, what would you rank like each of them from like the least the best?
The least the best. I probably would put all right, that's such a difficult question. I mean, that's a really good question, but I'm just trying to think like the order. I think from my personal opinion, first off, they're all great, but if I had to like rank them from least to greatest, I would have to start with, what was the album with the Untitled album, I think?
Oh yeah, Untitled Unmastered.
Yeah, so that would be my least. It wasn't my like favorite out of all of them. How to Pimp My Butterfly.
Oh yeah, the Pimp a Butterfly.
Yeah, well, Pimp a Butterfly. I'm sorry, How to Pimp a Butterfly. Section 80.
Okay.
Over Dedicated, right? I think.
Oh yeah, Overly Dedicated.
Yeah, Overly Dedicated, because honestly, I love that album a lot, actually, because that was around the time where he was really fucking great. That and Section 80.
Early.
Yeah.
I know that's like a mixtape, but yeah, that's definitely a full project.
Yeah. I mean, you said discography, so we can. Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, for people that don't know.
Good Kid, Mad City, because obviously that was such an influential fucking album back in 2012. So.
Oh yeah, that's like the breakout for him.
Yeah. Because that was the one with swimming pools and shit like that, right?
Yep.
All right.
Yeah,
and I don't know if I'm missing one, but
Damn.
Yeah, and Damn, because Damn's the best.
Oh yeah, that's your favorite one?
Yeah, that's my favorite one. I mean, because he doesn't have that many albums. I think I just named all of them. Yeah.
Yeah, for me, I would say the least. I'll actually go. It's hard. All right. Good Kid. I'll start off with Good Kid, Mad City.
Okay.
Yeah, Good Kid, Mad City. Then after that, I'll go Untitled, Unmastered.
Mm-hmm.
Then from there, it's tricky between.
That's what I'm saying.
Overly Dedicated and I'll say overly dedicated after that.
Okay.
And then it'll be Section 80. And then after that, damn. it's hard because like Damn and the Pimp My Butter to Pimp a Butterfly is like two of my hot. I like them both for two separate reasons.
Why do you say that?
Because To Pimp My Butterfly, that's like he goes. I feel like that's his most lyrical, dense album. Like where he really goes like heavily storytelling wise, and how he like dissects different theories and concepts. But with Damn, it's like it's more commercial, but at the same time, he's still lyrical. But he goes over like more modern type beats.
Gotcha.
But yeah, he's also still experimenting as well. So it's like,
1 second, hold on.
Yeah, it'll probably be Damn, because to be fair, I skip one track off of Damn versus To Pimp a Butterfly. I can play like the whole album through without skipping anything. So,
that's good at least.
Yeah, To Pimp My Butterfly will probably be my favorite.
Okay, that's an interesting lineup though.
Yeah.
It was like yours was like a weird mixed version of like all the ones I just named. I mean, basically the same ones I named, but like in a different order. That's nice.
Right. Yeah. Shows like different perspectives, how we intake the albums. Yeah.
So,
and a fun fact too, To Pimp My Butterfly was heavily inspired by Tupac. Like that whole album was actually
didn't I believe I seen an interview from Kendrick. Didn't he actually speak to Ashanti Shakur, his mom?
Oh no, it's actually Tupac. He had a sample of Tupac at like a whole interview.
Yeah,
he's like talking back. It's like he's talking to Tupac.
Yeah,
but it's like an old recording of
he explained that process on getting that was like a rare interview that he got from somebody that was like out in Russia or some shit like that.
Yeah.
But he also said that he spoke to his mom as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Wow. So I'm like, at least he got a chance to speak to her before she passed away, because she, unfortunately she passed away.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's. At least he got that opportunity, because obviously everything that Tupac learned, he learned from his mother, of course.
Yeah.
So, that's what I'm saying. Like,
needed the permission.
That's what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. Kendrick is so fucking unique, man. Like, we don't have another Kendrick.
No.
I mean, we have Baby Keem, but like we.
Yeah, that's his little baby cousin.
Look, man. Shouts out to Baby Keem, getting his first Grammy. Again, I don't know how true this is. Don't quote me, but I mean, hey, I've never seen a rapper, and if it has been, then that's cool. I've never seen a rapper that usually gets like a Grammy within 2 years. I think it takes a lot more work than that, but I don't know. These days, anything is possible, right? Like, I don't know if that's a possibility or whatever, but a Grammy, yeah, that. I don't know. That shit's crazy. I don't know how true as far as Kendrick writing most of his lyrics.
I know it is a fact though that he does do like his Baby Keem's last album. Some of the hooks on there came from Kendrick, because it's leaked audio of Kendrick doing like some ad libs for him.
Oh, okay.
And you can tell he's doing the same.
Yeah, maybe he did it for that one particular track. I don't know if it's for all though, right? Like,
I wouldn't discredit all of his tracks, but
yeah,
definitely for like a couple of them, Kendrick kind of held his hand through some of them.
Yeah. I mean, when your cousin's one of the biggest rap artists in the world, I mean, it's kind of hard not to like mimic some of that talent. I mean, wasn't it? I mean, even with the Jacksons, like Janet Jackson, she didn't mimic, well, sort of, but then she also started to go her own route.
Yeah, at least she had her own style.
Yeah. But it's kind of hard. See what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of similar in a way, because like Kendrick is sort of like Michael Jackson in a way, right? Because how big he is.
Right.
It's going to be kind of hard for Baby Keem to not be his shadow You get what I'm saying? Like it's
to live in that shit.
because they're gonna be like, oh well, you sound just like your cousin back in like Mad Good Kid, Mad City days, because he's still in that developmental stages where he's trying to still find his rhythm, and that's gonna take some time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's not gonna develop within 2 years. I'm not sure how long he's been rapping for. I think he's probably been rapping since I don't know how. I mean, he's 20 right now, right? 20.
I think he's been rapping for like 4 or 5 years so far.
That's still not enough. I mean, Kendrick's been rapping since like what, the early 2000s.
Yeah,
and he didn't even get noticed until like fucking Section 80, right? Or no, OD, right? Overly Dedicated, I think was his first one.
Yeah, that's like his most notable.
Yeah. So I mean, and even before that, K.O.A.T was that there was even more mixtapes underneath that. You know what I mean? So
way more before.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So K.O.A.T probably was doing the J.O.A.T method with the sock over the mic and shit.
Funny fact too, like speaking of J. Cole, they actually came out together like around that time, like J. Cole and Kendrick.
Yeah, wasn't
like good friends.
Yeah, wasn't that the damn, what the fuck they called it? That XX. No, what was it? What is that school? I forgot what they call it.
Oh, the school.
Mind you, because it's like a class full of rappers.
Oh, Double XL.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, wasn't Nipsey on that list too?
Oh yeah, I think they was in the same class.
Yeah, I think Nipsey was on there. And then a bunch of other people I don't know.
Oh yeah, I think Meek Mill was in there too.
Yeah, was it?
Yeah, I think they was in the same class as well. I remember seeing Meek Mill in the same class as Kendrick.
Yeah. I love Meek Mill. I mean, I'm from Philadelphia, but I mean, I haven't heard. Yeah,
the story We Can Go Forever album.
Yeah,
just like we don't really.
Yeah, I haven't heard a good album from him since I guess since the very first Dream of Nightmares, because obviously there's like 7 fucking Dream of Nightmares. I'm exaggerating, but it's like my man is sleeping. He's having way too many dreams of nightmares.
He said a coma at this point.
Yeah, it's like the Carter, like with Lil Wayne.
Oh yeah, on no ceilings. I don't know how many damn no ceilings he made.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it's just I don't know, man. Hip hop is going in a weird, different direction.
It's what was that? Oh yeah, that's what I was about to say. J. Cole actually did in the early days. He actually worked real close with Kendrick back then, especially in Section 80. He actually produced some of the tracks on there, like the track High Power.
Oh yeah,
yeah. J. Cole actually produced that.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
that's awesome. I love High Power.
Yeah, that's like one of his big tracks off of there.
That's cool shit.
Yeah, so they was like real tight knit to a point where like later on in their career, there was supposed to be a alleged like collab album, but never came out. But they was supposed to do like a whole album together.
Yo, that's cool, man.
Yeah. Kendrick came a long way. He definitely.
So that's what I'm saying. He deserves to be in that spotlight. I'm not sure what TDE is going to do. They're going to be fine. I mean, I feel like they're not going to be like falling off, I guess. I mean, it depends. They do wait so fucking long to release any type of songs and shit. And I get an album, but at least be featured on some other artists and shit. I mean, SZA I feel like she does that from time to time with certain like certain singers.
Yeah.
Isaiah Rashad, he's cool too. I feel like he tries. He's no longer a newbie of TDE. He's been on there for a minute now, so I think he's considered one of the originals, right?
Oh yeah, he's like second to the next. He's in the same class as SZA, pretty much, like the second after Black Hippie of that group of.
Kendrick should just recruit. I mean, I don't know, because I think, like I said, without TDE, there is no Kendrick. I mean, without I'm sorry. Without no Kendrick, there's, in my opinion, I don't think there's no TDE.
Yeah.
It's just point blank. Like, I don't. He's the biggest one on there. Like, I'm sure there's a whole bunch of rappers on TDE, and I'm not sure if the label's going to go under as soon as he leaves. But come on now, like, that's like, I don't know. It's like taking one of the biggest actors out of a role that's well respected, well earned. You know what I mean? Like, fucking. It's sort of like how, I don't know if you knew that, but like, how Johnny Depp just doesn't, he got taken out of fucking Pirates. It's like removing him. It's like you're removing the biggest like the biggest number out of an equation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you do that, it's like, how are you going to solve it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure Top Dog will manage, though. I feel like they still stay afloat. They established themselves for the past decades in the 2010s. So, like you said, even if Schoolboy or J-Rock take, the leadership of TDE, I feel like they still stay around for quite some time.
I mean, yeah.
It probably won't be as big as they used to when they had Kendrick, but
yeah, like we're going back in that 2013 Cypher?
Right. Man, and I really hope before Kendrick officially leaves, like they come out with a Black Hippie album. The fans would just love that just before he leaves out. Like, we need that.
Can we get at least can we get like a side project with J. Cole finally?
Oh yeah, that too.
Like, I'm so waiting for that. Like, remember that was supposed to be a thing but never happened?
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier when they were supposed to collab on an album.
Jesus Christ. Like, and what about Jay Electronica? Like, can we not get him on with Kendrick? Would that be too much?
Well, he was on the track with that's technically a Big Sean song, but I forget the name of the track, but when Kendrick called out all the rappers.
Oh yeah. Damn, I forgot too. It's been so long.
Yeah, but that legendary track.
Yeah, that was.
Electronica was actually on that track.
Yeah, that was a long time ago, man. Yeah. But like I said, man, we're hoping that when the release comes out, we're gonna definitely do a review of the review video. We're gonna do a review video of the album. Hopefully that we can kind of all go over it together, see what you guys think about it.
Our first music review.
Yeah, I've been waiting to get into that for a long time now.
Oh yeah, I can really dissect when it comes to albums.
Yeah, man.
From instrumentals to the lyrics to how it's orchestrated, just the meaning, the themes, and all that.
It's good, man. And what movies actually are you anticipating to be released this year?
That I didn't see yet. I would say, The Northman. I'm really anticipating that one.
I seen it. Let me see what movies I anticipate this year. Shit. I mean, I'm if we want to talk about movies and series, the Obi-Wan, I want to definitely see that. The Obi-Wan. I don't know if you heard about that. Like,
on Disney Plus, it's supposed to come on.
Yeah, it's supposed to be on Disney Plus. It's Obi-Wan Kenobi. It's basically like talking about like how he became who he was.
Right.
So I think for any Star Wars fans out there, I think that's going to be like an awesome series to get into.
Is it kind of similar to like the Boba Fett series that recently?
Sort of, but I think it's going to. Well, I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of Boba Fett, the series. I think it's. I don't. It wasn't that good in my opinion. I watched all the way up to like episode 4. I don't know how many are there in total. I think there's like 10. I don't know. Okay. I didn't like it. Compared to Mandalorian is so much better in my opinion.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing too. People
say. Yeah.
It's like,
but because they wanted to give him his intake on how did he become? I mean, how did he get in the picture? You know what I mean? Because it was it was in one of the episodes in Mandalorian where he kind of did like, you know, he just popped up in the picture and everybody was like, where the fuck did this guy come from? So I'm guessing like they wanted to take it from his angle and how, you know, he came back to life after, which was interesting because it continued from, you know, I think, what was it, Star Wars 1 or 2? I'm not sure which one it was, but when he got eaten by the fucking plant, like the creature thing in the desert.
Oh yeah, it was like a sand monster.
Yeah, yeah. It piggyback right off of that scene because he was actually, how the series started was when he was actually in the actual monster's stomach and he actually cut his way out and shit. That was cool.
Oh, that's
so I thought, right, that was like a huge gap, like for them to kind of pick back off on that story. That was cool. I like that. Yeah. But everything else about it, I don't know what I did. The things I don't like about it is just like, I don't know, the story's kind of dry.
Yeah.
The action is okay, but again, like I think just the story itself is dry for me. Just wasn't holding up for me. Another thing I'm anticipating is Dune Part 2. Now I know you're probably going to be like, but wait. Whatchamacallit? I didn't like the first one too much. Like I know I told you that, but then I went back and was like, let's watch this again. I bought the book.
Oh, you actually bought the book?
I bought the book. I'm reading it, and it's good. It's good. I had to go back and rethink about my my judgment. Yeah. So I really do like the series a lot. I can't wait. I didn't finish the book, but I'm just started it.
Oh, got you.
So the first film was good. If anybody didn't get a chance to see Dune, the first one, I highly recommend it if you guys want to check it out.
And fun fact too about Dune, speaking of Star Wars, is actually the original book of Dune was a big inspiration for Star Wars, funny enough.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that and a lot of other ones as well, because I think there was for the fighting style of I think Dune played a part, and then also for like the fighting aspect, I think like another movie that was like a samurai movie back in like the 60s. Yeah, they got a little inspiration from a lot of different subjects. So
right. Yeah, especially as far as like the lightsabers being swords.
Yeah, do you see what I'm saying? They got, you could see that, right? Like they kind of got inspiration from, you know, Japanese culture of like samurais and shit.
Even to the point where you look at their clothes and the way the helmets are shaped, they're shaped like the samurai straw hats and everything.
Yeah, so
you really put close attention.
So I think that's going to be a great film, a great sequel to the first Dune. Can't wait to see what that's like. Jurassic Park, of course, that's coming out in June. Huge Jurassic Park fan. Yeah, man, that shit's going to be fucking great.
Yeah, that's definitely. That's a must watch.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think like what else is there.
I know what another one I'm looking forward to. It's gonna be at the very end of the year, I believe. I don't know if it's still today, but I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be in December. The Spider-Verse 2.
Oh yeah. Part 2. Yeah. That's gonna be really good. Yeah,
I love the first one, so I can go all day about talking about that one. But the second one, I'm really anticipating that.
That's actually one of your favorite Spider-Man movies, right?
Yeah, that is my favorite.
Yeah, I love Miles, man. He's cool.
Yeah,
you know what? There's another one. How are you, darling? I could be wrong. It's I know it's Darling. Yeah. And it's an interesting film. I think I told you like over the phone and shit.
Oh yeah.
Again, with this, I don't know if you guys checked out the trailer, but I think it's interesting where, you know, it's about like, it seems like the movie's kind of set around the women that's in this town. Now, mind you, this movie's set on believe like the 1960s, I believe, around there. They're like in this weird town that's like away from other civilization, and they're just going about their lives, having happy lives with their husbands and stuff like that. And I know the trailer kind of skips to the guys just leaving town, like all the men in the town just leaving their women behind, and obviously the women still will go about their days and not really like be aware like what's going on, like why is all the men leaving. I don't know why it didn't occur to them the first time, but obviously it's a film. So until they started to put it together, like they kept doing it, and then I'm really curious to see like how would that unfold. You know what I mean? Like I just want to know, like, because it's interesting. I've never seen a film like that, so I definitely want to see what that's like.
Yeah, another one I'm anticipating is this one called. I know you're kind of questionable when it comes to A24 films.
Oh yeah,
but it's this one called. It's just called Men. That's literally the title of the movie.
So the only reason why I think they make great films, right? Like I like their films. They make really interesting films. But the problem is like sometimes they're just all over the fucking place. They're not meant for like the average viewer. And now what I mean by average,
they're really experimental.
Yeah, like when I mean by the average viewer, it's like if you're one of those people that just kind of wants to just pop a movie in and enjoy, and you still get a feel of the story if it's like thrown out, pretty much placed in front of you. You know what I mean? Like, oh, okay, that guy killed this guy for a reason, or you could put the story together once you watch it from beginning to end, or if it's vice versa, backwards. Right. But in their films, man, it's like a fucking puzzle in every fucking movie. There's not
it's really unpredictable.
Yeah, it's like if I can be an artist and put a piece of paper in front of me, I would have to physically draw like their fucking puzzles. Like it's just like, man, because it's like, wow. Like with the Men trailer, it's like that one's interesting. It's basically that movie that I just said, like Darling, but it's completely different. Like, right? Like the Men is actually the ones, like there's actually only one woman in the entire film, apparently, and the men are just like fucking they're like fucking weird. Like there's something wrong with them.
It's kind of like they're hunting her down in a way, or it's really showing like a perspective of the woman and how she surrounded by all these men.
But where the fuck is the other women in this town?
Yeah, that's the question. I just want to see how it unfolds throughout the movie and why is this all happening? It's the visual. The thing that stands out to me is the visuals. That's really what's catching my eye. It's making me interested.
Because I'm like, what the fuck is happening here?
It's so strange. You just see these guys just starting to mutate, and I was like, what's going on?
Yeah.
It's got me curious.
It's an interesting film. Another crazy one was Everything Everywhere at All at Once, I believe.
Oh yeah, the lady with the googly eye.
Yeah. Actually did really well in the box office as reviews as well. They did great. I watched the cam version of it and it's confusing as fuck. But I think the main reason why people enjoyed this film was because the martial arts. Because again, like martial arts wasn't like how it was back in the early 2000s. Because mind you, I can pop on like back in the days we used to watch like those old kung fu movies where they're kind of like skipping through water and doing long fucking jumps and shit and standing on bamboo sticks and shit.
Oh, it's very mystical.
It was amazing, right? Like there was a lot of kung fu. Like kung fu movies were great, but I guess like this was to reamp that type of style again because we don't see a lot of those films these days anymore.
Yeah.
Think about
We
it.
used to
Like,
get a lot of Jet Li movies and Jackie Chan movies back then.
yeah. I mean, well, we don't see
Yeah.
them too much anymore because they're getting old, man. You know
Yeah,
what
of
I mean?
course.
Like,
Like,
right? Like, I actually seen a picture of Jet Li and recently, and I'm like, oh, doesn't look. He apparently he's actually sick with something.
oh no.
Yeah, man, he's battling something. So hopefully he gets through it. I don't want to see him pass. I mean, because he was like one of my icons growing up as far as kung fu movies and stuff.
Yeah, he's legendary. He
And
crossed over to the Hollywood.
yeah, and Jackie Chan as well. All those great guys, and Michelle Yeoh.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
So that's what I'm saying. They had to get like an iconic actor of that type of like stunt, and because mind you, Michelle Yeoh does all her stunts, like everything, like from getting pushed into the. You didn't see that part, but pretty much spoilers free again. I'm just gonna say one part. I don't know if it's already in the trailer, but she got pushed into like a vending machine, and that was actually her. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
her stunts. That's interesting.
yeah, she's always done her stunts. She actually was actually on a late night talk show. I mean, SNL, I believe, or Jimmy Kimmel or some shit like that.
Oh.
And she was basically describing like her first experience with 007. I think because I think it was one of the Golden Eyes or 007 around there. She was really young, but she did like one scene where she actually had to hang on a bungee cord or some shit like that, or a rope off a helicopter that was like near the Hollywood sign.
Oh shit! Oh, so she was in the 007 movie.
Yeah, she was super young. You probably would not recognize her. She was so young.
Oh, wow!
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah, but she was really hanging off the helicopter off a mountain. That's yeah, that's what I'm saying. You get stunt doubles to do shit like that, or unless you're fucking crazy like Tom Cruise, where he needs to jump out of a fucking plane.
Yeah, or Jackie Chan.
Yeah, because all those guys did their own stunts, and listen, I respect it. It's hard to do that these days, but
it's really impressive.
Nobody even does shit like that anymore. If you notice that, it's all CGI.
Yeah. That's all you see.
That's what I'm saying, man. A lot of movies they don't do shit like that no more. You notice that like a lot of things have changed, not just music, not just a lot of different things.
Like, except like something like John Wick, like with that he actually did those stunts himself too.
Oh yeah, well Keanu Reeves is fucking legend, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's another one that does his own stunts. Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's like few and far between as it.
Have you ever got a chance to read his comic? I'm still trying to read that.
Oh, the one it's called
Berserker. Yeah, Berserker. Yeah.
Oh,
I never read it. I thought it was like a 3-step thing. Like it was like a 3-part series. It's still going.
Oh.
Like he's still writing books. He's still writing issues for it. I was like, oh fuck. That's cool. Because the last film he did was the last Matrix film, and again that flopped.
Oh yeah, I heard
that was so yeah. Again, my mom liked it, but I didn't like it.
Yeah, you win some, you lose some.
Yeah, I didn't like it. It was like, eh.
Yeah, they should just start with the Matrix. Like some series should just have a cutoff point. As far as like,
I mean, I've been saying this for a long time now, but again, like I don't. It's all up to the people at the end of the day. I don't know how they feel about things because obviously they never want things to end. They always want it to keep going because they're super fans, right? Like they want the franchise to always keep continuing. But see, like people like me, they want it to end on a good note or even begin a new chapter of that franchise in a different perspective. You know what I mean? Like you can even take one of the characters that is one of the main characters, but go into their story and have their own series and you know what I mean? Like sprout it out. You don't have to keep growing the same branch. Because as soon as later that branch is gonna fall, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're being a dead horse.
Yeah, like just give up. Sometimes. Thank God they were done with the fucking Transformer. Now all we need to do is move on to the Fast and the Furious, and we can get that shit out the way.
Yeah, please. That needs to end as soon as possible. Vin Diesel is not looking good.
Oh no, man! My man had a gut hanging over the rail.
Vin Diesel is.
I don't know, man.
Pretty good.
I don't know. I was such a fan of him when he was obviously who wasn't when he was like the Triple X guy and fucking Chronicles of Riddick guy. Come on, man, this guy was great. I mean,
he's in his prime.
He was like Rock before Rock. Because, I mean, Rock was still in films and shit, of course, in the early 2000s. But I don't know when his very first movie, The Rock started to kick the fuck off, though. The first movie I seen him in was the Scorpion King.
I think that's his biggest one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't remember any other film that was like actually bigger than the Scorpion King. You know what I mean? At the time, anyways, because again, he still had WWE and shit happening at the time. So, but I mean, Vin Diesel was actually already out doing his shit, and he was actually really good. His acting was great. So I'm like,
a lot of movies at the time. Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck is happening. His last couple of films, their ratings are just like, I've never seen such low ratings for a film. Even indie films, like there's some indie films that are higher than 2.7.
Oh yeah, of course.
That's bad. My man just like
he just got too comfortable where he was at with their Fast and Furious checks.
Yeah, I don't know.
Way too good.
Well, then that's what I'm saying. How can you be comfortable with something that's dying? Like that's not good anymore.
Just the casual viewers, I don't know. For some reason, people love the Fast and Furious series so much so that they take it to space.
Yeah, because if you look at a bigger scale, like I mean, they're still like maybe it's not doing good here in the U.S., but maybe outside this country, it's probably I don't know if it's showing worldwide, but
oh yeah,
I'm sure. Right, that's what I'm saying. I'm sure like other countries out there might like shit like that.
Oh yeah.
For us, we've been used to the same films, like the same formula for years, right? Like, I mean, it depends on how it's done, who's the right actors, the right writers. Yeah. I mean, it could still continue, but it just, for me, it's like I don't know if it's worth continuing the same kind of scenario. Is what I'm saying.
Right, it's getting really boring and just tired.
Yeah, like the fuck, man. But I mean, yeah, he's not doing well. So I mean, I hope he can try to do something to get his career back up there. Because again, I've seen a lot of actors like him kind of resurrect themselves back.
Yeah, it's totally possible.
Yeah. So I mean, hopefully he does something that can get a role that can actually put him back out there. Because I feel like once Groot from because I believe Guardians, right? Like I think their last film is supposed to come out this year. No, I don't remember.
This year?
Yeah, because remember we did an episode talking about like their last film.
Right. I wasn't sure if it was this year or next year.
I think it's this year. I think, or unless they're doing a series. I don't know about I think it's next year. I think the series is this year. That's in the next winter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then the movie probably comes out next year.
Oh, yeah. That sounds about right.
So I think that's like the last thing he's probably gonna. But mind you, he's not seen. He's fucking just using his voice.
Yeah, he's just making sound effects. He's not really. Yeah.
So.
For the longest time, I didn't even know that was him that did Groot's voice. Funny enough, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, first. I mean, I said the same thing for the Iron Giant, and that was him.
Oh, that was him?
Yeah. You didn't know that?
What?
Yeah, he was just like, he was just yelling into the mic like, yeah, just wow. Yeah, he was just like, yeah, they just auto-tuned, like, not auto-tuned, but like kind of like did effects to his voice to, sound like the Iron Giant. Yeah, you didn't know that? That was him.
Oh shit!
Uh-huh.
I never knew that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, how about that? Learn
Yeah.
something new every day.
So, yeah, man. I mean, like I said, movies. I don't know. There's still a lot of anticipated movies that I'm looking to see this year.
Oh wait, one more I had anticipated.
What's
Is
up?
this one called? It's just called Nope, and
Oh,
it's like a horror film. It looks like
well,
it's
let's hold off on that. Give us 1 second.
Nope movie. It's produced. I mean, sorry, directed by Jordan Peele, the same guy that directed Get Out.
Yeah,
So
that one was even confusing as well. I was like, what the fuck is happening? It was just like random shit happening. Like it was just like an alien invasion or some shit.
well, the concept basically was like it's based around race. You know, white people hijacking black people's bodies to they gain their privilege, and it's a whole concept behind it with the race of black people and white people, and the idea of being stuck in what's it the sunken place and all that, with the
Oh.
teacups and all that shit.
I mean,
It's a lot to it.
I mean, I like how he got the same actor to kind of help him out on this role. I mean, this project. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's gonna be the main character in this movie. Nope, too.
I just like the title of it. Nope.
Yeah, nope.
Nope.
It sounds like some Jordan Jordan Peele. I mean, Jordan Peele would say.
He intrigues me, like, cause like he's supposed to be a fucking comedian, right? Like, isn't he supposed to be like a funny guy, some shit?
Yeah, he's originally a comedian.
Yeah, like how do you go from being a comedian to like the serious role, like the serious shit that he creates? Like that's interesting.
Yeah, he went from comedy to horror. It's really
Like,
interesting stuff.
right. I mean,
Yeah.
it does look good though. I'll give it a shot. I mean, hopefully they're not taking pointers from A24. Maybe they're like texting each other and shit. Like, yo, like how do you make the most confusing movie I've ever seen?
His moves are more like abstract in a way,
like you can kind of grasp it, right? Like you can kind of understand.
yeah,
Okay.
it unravels after a while as you keep watching.
I mean, I don't know if I'm dumb, but like I don't know if I couldn't get out a little bit. I think I know like they were just manipulating, like hypnotizing people, right? That's what it was.
Yeah, it's basically like white people going inside black people's bodies to use them as a meal because their bodies are seen as more stronger than white people's bodies. It's a whole.
I mean, it was really good though. It was really good.
And that one of the main antagonists, that lady that he was dating, she would lure her boyfriends in order to hijack their bodies so they can transport it with the other white people. It's a crazy concept of a horror film.
Yeah. I mean that sounds like a good one to get into when that comes. When does that come out? I think it comes out like August, right?
July 22nd.
You know what? We're leaving out Thor. Thor looks cool too.
Oh yeah, that's right. That comes out this year too.
Yeah, I don't know if there was a trailer on it. Was it? I didn't see it.
Oh yeah, I think a trailer recently came out for it. I didn't see it yet though. It's like a female Thor, right? No.
Is it?
Yeah, I've never seen it in the thumbnail as a female.
Yeah, I didn't see anything from it. I just know like I always forget him out because again, like the Thor movies, they're still good. I mean, they're good, but they're not like movies that I was always looking for. Like I'll just be like, oh, okay, Thor is cool. Thor's out. I'll go see that. You know what I mean? But I never was actually like active, like anticipating it and being super excited for it. But I'm not saying it's a bad film. It's still probably good. I mean, it's not probably. It's still amazing films, but it's just the least favorite out of my Marvel movies.
Yeah, me too. I did like the last Thor movie though, the Ragnarok. I think that was really a change of pace as far as like his 3 movies. He has 3 movies so far, right? Thor.
Yes, believe the first one wasn't as good.
I know I didn't like the first 2.
Yeah, I think there would. This is the yeah. This is the fourth one. I want to say.
Okay, there's 3 of them.
Yeah,
Right.
Ragnarok was cool. That was the GOAT. Yeah, that
That's
was.
what turns the pace because that one reminded me of Guardians of the Galaxy. The way the psychedelics looking in space and everything.
Yeah.
How it played out. I thought that was real cool. Yeah, definitely. One curious of what they're gonna go with this Thor movie. I guess it's gonna be like a female taking his place or something. I don't know.
I forgot the female Thor name. Foster.
Foster.
I think her name's something Foster. I don't remember.
Yeah.
But I mean, like I said, we are that's another one to anticipate this year. Damn man, what's it looking like for anime though?
Oh, anime.
Yeah.
Oh, I know Dragon Ball Z.
No.
They're coming out with another movie next month in June. With the Red Ribbon Army.
This is that's one of the things. Like again, I'm tired of it. I just wanted to.
That's another series that just needs to be cut completely. Like they've been milking it for years, decades. It just needs to end.
It needed to end like back in like the early 2000s. Like But then again, we never would have got Super and Ultra Instinct, which is. I mean, we did right with that, but after this, it's like, how much do you want to keep continuing the fucking story? You know?
They just gonna make it dry. There's no more.
Sick of that shit, man.
They ran through every color that I could think of as far as their Super Saiyans. I don't know what else they can reach out towards.
I don't know if they finished. Did they finish Attack on Titan already?
No, it's funny enough, it's going to get one more season next year.
Oh my goodness.
the fan base was fucking mad when that happened. They said, this is supposed to be the last season. They was like, oh, wait, we have one more we got a couple more chapters to go. So
I thought I was so excited because you said like, well, you were just speculating, right? Like you were just saying.
Yeah, at the time, everybody thought this was going to be the last season this year, but
and then you did say that it would be amazing. I think it was a theory that you made that for the last episode or like they'll save it for like a fucking movie.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people was anticipating.
Yeah,
too.
see, that was a good setup. That would have been great.
Because that's all that's really left. It's not too much left as far as the manga goes. So if they were to just bundle it in with a movie, that would be great. But they just coming out with another season. I'm like,
that would have been fucking great for it to continue. Like, to finish the last bit of the story is to like. You know how much
perfect though, like a tie.
You know how much money they could have made from that shit if they made a movie?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if you're aware about these other series that came out this year, but like Jujutsu Kaisen and Demon Slayer, those had movies and they did actually really good in the box office.
Yeah, I'm still trying to get into Demon Slayer. I know people are probably like, you're out of your fucking mind.
Yeah, those are like real big. Demon Slayer actually broke the record for like the box office for an animated series like that.
Yeah, I heard it was like really good. I think Mir went to go see it and he checked it out. He said it was really good.
Like, even in America, it did really well in the box office. So as an anime movie, that's impressive. Or as like recent times. So did Jujutsu Kaisen, that did pretty well too. So Attack on Titan been out. It's way longer than both of those series. So are you kidding me? They should have did that. But
yeah, damn man, another fucking season. That's crazy.
Yeah, one more.
Man. Well, I mean, hey, I guess we'll figure. I'm so far behind. Probably, I don't even remember. Like, I'm like four or five episodes probably behind. I have to finish it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's been a while for me to check it out. And then what else is happening in the anime world? I think that's about it, right? Like I don't think there's too much going on.
As far as movies, yeah, that's as far as I know of. I know it's I think it's something else. I can't remember what it was. But Mob Psycho 3 just got another trailer of that season that's about to come out soon. Mob Psycho season 3.
Mob Psycho. Okay. Yeah, Mob Psycho was great. I love that.
Oh,
That was such a great show.
Yeah, so I can't wait till that comes out.
Yeah, definitely. If you guys haven't got a chance to check out Mob Psycho, definitely recommend it. Get, even I believe like Crunchyroll does like a free 7 days period or something like that when you first sign up.
Free trial.
Yeah, definitely get a free trial in, guys, and get yourself familiar with Mob Psycho if you haven't already. Pretty sure a lot of people already have, but if you haven't, just get around to it,
Yeah, if you're a fan of One Punch Man, it's by the same creator. If you like that series, you definitely like Mob Psycho.
A humongous fan of One Punch Man, and I wish that they can bring back another fucking season. I love it so much.
Yeah, definitely. Just give it a different animated studio. So I know a lot of people didn't like the second season, but
all right. These have been great topics to talk about, man, on this episode. But definitely, if you guys haven't found out about Kendrick's album coming out and pretty soon, definitely come go and check it out. If his book is in a nearby bookstore near you, like a Barnes and Nobles or any bookstores that dispute that sell books, definitely go check it out. Check out his new book that's coming out with his new 2-disc album, I believe.
Yeah, I guess it's like a 2-parter.
Yeah, so definitely be on the lookout for that, and I hope you guys are enjoying all the content that we've been putting out, especially on this episode. Leave a like, subscribe, follow on all social media platforms, and again, we'll see you guys on the next episode.
Yeah.
All right.
Have a good one. Peace.
Rooch.